Come take a look at the tiniest commandos out there.
Spiky bits.
What's up, hobby maniacs? Rob Baer with you again today. Checking out these dope new little commando models from Kromlech. Now, they're spelled kind of weird. Like, I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Dvergr or Dvergr. Either way, both sound pretty cool in my opinion here, but we'll just call them Squatty little commandos. You can check them out, of course, over on Kromlech's site. There is 9 different ways to pick these guys up, 9 different little teams and such, and they range from, I think, €7.99 euros for the 2-man teams up to €14.99 euros for the full-on basic troops. So you have your tactical squad of these guys, 5 models to a blister. Now they're really neat, highly detailed. I mean, Kromlech has some amazing miniatures. They've been putting out stuff for like 6-7 years now. Always great stuff. You know, this is a very good thing if you're a game store owner, like I've said in the past. These are great miniatures to bring in, to stock into your stores. They come carded, they come, you know, the way we used to expect these things from Games Workshop. They have a UPC, you know, they can be put into your system. They have a SKU number right here. These are great for game stores because, let's face it, a lot of times everybody walks into a store with a certain amount of money to spend. They might not be able to spend it on something from Games Workshop. They'll always pick up paints and things like that. But if you have something that's around that, you know, $10 to $20 range, perhaps people will vote with their hobby dollars and pick up those miniatures over something that maybe is a little outside their price range at the time for Games Workshop. And I think that's a really cool little kind of side feature of Kromlech, is that they are available in distribution here in America, and you can always pick them up for your stores, or you can order them online and pick them up if your local game store does not stock them. They do ship out of Europe pretty quick, to be quite honest, and the packages always come very well protected and padded. There's a whole bunch of resin boutique sellers out there, but Kromlech always seems to be the ones consistently putting stuff out week after week after week, and this is no different here. Like, this is a great little line that you could use for Astra Militarum or Space Marines or something like that. Like I said, you've got the basics, like you've got your tactical squad right here, which is gonna, you know, they call them they call them the Dvergr Combat Tactical Squad right here. So that's going to give you 5 miniatures. But then I got stuff like an HQ Commando, Special Weapon Flamer, Special Weapon Magma Gun. You've got, this is just a guy standing at salute, the 1 minute of silence, of course. And you've got a anti-tank team right here with rocket launchers, a plasma weapon, a heavy plasma weapon, sniper team, commando team, you got a medic team, and that looks to be about it. So let's jump in, take a look at each one of these a little bit closer, and kind of see how detailed these really are. So first up is going to be the tactical squad, because why not start at the top. This is your basic trooper for these squatty little commandos. Ooh, I thought I peeled that off pretty good, but I guess not. So there they are. There's all their pieces. Ooh. So it looks like you're going to get a sprue of dope heads right there. You can see they are incredibly well detailed. What is this? This is a walkie-talkie. What the heck? Oh, it's just a little piece of sprue. Then you got your NVGs, your night vision goggles, it looks like. They go on the tops of their helmets. The models themselves in various different poses. Some are on sprue, some are not. Little carbines, it looks like. These things are pretty neat. Then you've got, what is this guy? I guess he's a radio operator right here. Let's take a look. So you got those guys, then this one right here. Then you're looking at that one, which looks to be the radio operator, perhaps. Let's see. What does he have? He has, oh, that's his backpack. So yeah, maybe he is the communications guy. He might be the comms guy for the squad. And then these right here, which I guess are little sniper attachments, if you want to put them on the end of the barrel right here and make them into some sort of silencers or something like that. I guess not sniper attachments, it's silencer attachments. But I mean, take a look at these minis. Like, these are sweet. Like, very well detailed. Look at all the ammo pouches and things. You've even got the strap, you've got the light, you've got everything we traditionally see in a weapon right there. That just looks really sweet. And then on the back there, again, very well detailed, right down to the magazine. Straight up true grit in this thing. This guy is a beast. And then here's how they will look with the head. Some really cool, because of course they gotta be bearded, right? very dope tactical helmet right there, and it comes on the sprue, so you know you're gonna get a very cool variety of different heads and such, and then the MVGs go on the top mounts. Right there you can see they just, wait, let's see, they go this way, yep, they go like that. So they go mounted. So I guess you can mount them up or down depending on, oh yeah, so there you go, you can mount them like that. That is so cool. Or I guess you could mount them, flip them up, I don't know. Oh well, yeah, because they would be flipped up like that, right? Yeah, that's really neat. That is pretty cool. So that's your tactical squad. Again, 5 dudes, 15 or 14.99 euros, which again seems pretty affordable. I mean, for what you're getting, a resin casted miniatures right there. This is the HQ command. I think there's a staple. There is a staple hidden in here. Oh my goodness, they got us. They got us with the hidden staple. I didn't see that one. So these are a little bit more difficult to open. So I'm gonna probably pause it after this one. And I like that. It's pretty ingenious. They had the little staple inside. So it'd be very, so again, game store owners, it'd be very hard. You'd probably hear somebody trying to undo that and actually steal the miniatures off the shelf right there, huh? So here it is. This is your command HQ right here. Dude with the pistol. Oh my god, it's so fresh. Look at that. And you got your MVGs, of course, some different heads. This guy obviously has the full-on silencer, carbine kind of type deal. Lots of ammo on the back right there. Very well detailed. Oh my gosh, this is so fresh. Look, they even got the pads and everything. It's so cool. And this guy here has, what, a single MVG? So, wait, is that an MVG? It looks like it's an MVG. Can't really tell. I think it is. So a couple of different poses there. You could be like, this is my commander, or this is my commander, or my HQ, whatever you want. It looks like you have lots of options right there with those. Up next is the anti-tank team, who of course is gonna have a dope little AT4 right there. That thing's, I can't wait to get in there and see that one. Let me make sure I peeled that. Okay, good. Woo, that little staple was throwing me for a loop, man. Let me tell you what, so be careful when you're opening up all your new packages here for these commandos. So here he is. You've got one Rocketeer with what looks to be an AT4. What is that? Is that some sort of anti-tank one, or is that the front? I can't tell. I think that's the front of the, yeah, it's the front, okay. Then over here, you've got another guy carrying a rocket launcher, perhaps an AT4 as well. So it's a 2-man team with, of course, MVGs and a normal kind of Rocketeer operator kind of hat thing right there. These guys look fresh. Like, I love the little carbine kind of thing and the rocket itself. So obviously you can use whatever rules you want for these guys because they do have a secondary weapon. So fresh. The only thing I didn't actually see when I started looking through these was a mortar team. I'm not sure if they made it or I just didn't get it, but that would be really neat to see too. All right, next up, special weapon flamer. You gotta have a flamer, right? Especially if you're using these miniatures for 8th edition 40K. Those flamers are so good now. So there it is. You got a nice power cables or fuel lines going over there. Sort of respirator. Also has the NVGs. Got this big tank on the back with a little fuel gauge. That's pretty sweet. And I guess this kind of goes. What is it? It's like a. How does that go? How is he holding it? Okay, so it's half the gun. So half the gun's right there, and the other half is right here. That's pretty sweet looking. I really like that one as well. Very, very cool stuff. Next up, because you gotta always have special weapons, right? So you gotta have your meltas, your plasmas, your flamers. That's just, let's see if we can find. So here's the plasma, and I suppose this can be different depending on what you want it to be. It could be a heavy weapon plasma or just a normal plasma, but it's got the great coils and stuff in there with little wires going back to the power pack. Looks like some extra shells and stuff, some extra rounds, more cowbell right there. Perhaps that's something else, and lots of doohickeys there, lots of buttons to mess with. Again, another respirator head with the MVG attachment, which you don't have to put on, of course, but I think they would look pretty cool installed on there. And let's see, do we have any more special weapons? We got the special miniature, which guy is this? Oh, this is the melta gun. Okay, so here's your melta gun, which could also be a heavy variety if that was what you were looking for, of course. So very similar backpacks, which you can see right there, right? So you got that very similar, and just a little bit, wait a minute, is this the same thing? 3 holes, plasma weapon, special weapon, plasma gun. Oopsie, I think they mispackaged this one, because that is that literally the same as this one here? Looks like it. Well, those things happen from time to time. I'm sure I'll message them about it and let them know that the wrong one was in the wrong blister. So I'm sure that is the plasma and not the melta right there. But like I said, these things happen sometimes. So there he is. We've already seen that one. Not exactly sure what the melta looks like, but I imagine it's very similar if they made that mistake, right? Sniper team's up next. It's got a little bit heavier of a looking sniper rifle than the ones that look to be, or maybe those are just silencers on those other ones, right? So these ones look pretty fresh. Like he's obviously scoping it up, got that big ginormous scope on there. This guy's sitting down, doing his aiming. You've got, I guess this is like the quad MVG. I don't even know what to say about that one. That's pretty crazy. This guy's doing the run and gun. Got the extra barrel and the very, very cool large sight. So this one looks the coolest. You could put him on a vehicle or something like that. Straight up like just gotten out of the back of a tank or maybe an aircraft or something. Put him in your Valkyrie, your Vendetta. That would look pretty sweet. And then that one, that head goes right there. So that's the sniper team, which I think is one of the more dynamic and exciting of all of these kits right here. And next up is the medic team. We gotta have medics, right? Or at least, you know, something to represent that. And these guys are kind of cool because they're carrying a wounded squatty type fellow. They've got the extra backpack and everything they're carrying. All sorts of gear right here, and he is holding him up, so they're gonna actually be holding him as they go. This guy's calling for transport maybe, and this one here is holding it right there in his hand. So very cool looking stuff. Check this out. And then you've got a couple of different alternate heads there, and of course the MVG bits to kind of go with it. So this is a very, very cool kit. Let's see. So I guess if he's holding it, oh, so he's running. So he'd be holding it like this, sort of running, just kind of holding it low. There we go, something like that. So that's very cool. It lines up perfect. You've got the 3 bases here, so it might, you know, you can put it on maybe a diorama base or something. But either way, I think it definitely look cool and give you a nice, cool break to your army, like maybe like a little focal point for folks to kind of look at in there. But you know, or something different. You know, you could be like, oh, this counts as this. You know, like maybe an apothecary or something like that. And last but not least, the 1 minute of silence miniature. He's just kind of standing there at attention, saluting. Very cool miniature. There he is, saluting. He's got a couple of different options here, of course. So he's got the head, and then the sandbag, shoes, and the gun that will be put upright where at the perhaps grave that he is saluting right there. So a very somber miniature, but a very cool and focal piece to go along with the apothecary set right there as well. So then you put the helmet on top of the little gun right there, which is pretty cool. So to give you an idea of the size, well, here's a Stormcast Eternal, and here is the squattiest of Commandos. So they are, as you can imagine, these are a little bit bigger than a normal size Space Marine or perhaps Imperial Guardsmen, but you can definitely get the kind of scale right there. They do come with 25 mil round beveled base right there, just to give you an idea. So size-wise, yeah, you might have to take some liberties with line of sight and things like that with who you're playing with, but sometimes that is worth it for having a really cool, dynamic looking army that people have not seen before. And remember, Kromlech's got all sorts of upgrade bits. tanks and different things, upgrades, all sorts of different things that you can customize your army if you're looking to go past just these miniatures themselves. Like I said, the models themselves range anywhere from €8.99 on up to €14.99, so or $10 to $20 US monies right there. So that's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed our review and unboxing of all of the new Kromlech Squatty Commando miniatures. I think they're pretty cool, and they might just find a home in your army. If not, I'm sure everybody out there knows somebody that's really into squats, and definitely pass on the word that these guys are out and readily available. Now, if you like these video features here on the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn notifications on to be the very first to like and comment on them. And head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.